Here's the Ferrari 458 Italia. Welcome back to another video, guys.
Always be by my side till the day I die.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Diecastcarworld, and today we have a very exciting video. I hope you guys are doing very well, and I hope you guys are crushing life. So basically, we have the Hot Wheels Ferrari 458 Italia in this beautiful blue color, and we are doing a full-on review on this thing. I think it's a beast. One of my favorite cars of the collection, actually, and one of my favorite cars in real life, because this car is legendary. So let's go ahead and talk about the real car for a little bit here, give you a little bit of facts. So this thing, guys, has a big naturally aspirated 4.5 liter V8. It has 32 valves and has a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Back in the day, this thing was flying fast. 562 horses inside this engine and a 0 to 60 of 3.2 seconds. This thing was hella quick. And this thing also produces 540 Newton meters of torque.
Che ti ha messo però dietro? No. Sei te prima che sei salendo, giusto? Sulla Porsche, bianca.
Sgasa, sgasa! Sgasa, sgasa! Sgasa, sgasa!
Can you believe that this thing was introduced in 2009? And the design is so timeless that it still looks modern and beautiful and just as sexy as it was in 2009. The design of this car is just absolutely timeless, priceless. What can you say? One of my favorite Ferraris, one of my favorite modern Ferraris. And I would prefer this car over the 488 GTB because of the design and the naturally aspirated engine. And I think many car enthusiasts do prefer this car. And it's actually going up in value like the real one. But we're not here to talk about the real car, guys. Enough of that. We are going to talk about the Hot Wheels diecast car. This thing is in 1/18 scale. Now, a story about how I bought this car, this exact diecast car, is I actually went to a trip to Hawaii for the first time. And this was, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago. Probably more than that, honestly. And there was a Ferrari store. And they had this beautiful diecast car there, and I really wanted it, so I bought it for about maybe $65 or $70 at that time. But the surprising thing is that these diecast cars are also going up in price, and it's almost really rare right now, and it's really hard to buy one of these. And you can actually find some of these on eBay. We're going out for almost $300 or $500 even. So yes, they are getting a bit rare. Start off kind of unusually by looking at the bottom of the car. As you can see, it is produced in 2010, so it's over 10 years old actually. And the model is Ferrari 458 Italia, and it is produced under license of Ferrari SPA. So it is very official, and Hot Wheels had the rights of Ferrari at that time, and they were making all sorts of Ferrari diecast cars, and they were really fun to collect and everything. But this is actually the base model. So Ferrari or Hot Wheels actually made a couple variants of their diecast cars, and they had the Elite and I think there was one more like mid-tier, but this is basically the base tier. So the thing about the base tier, and as you guys can see or tell maybe, the car itself is actually not 100% metal. Like this part over here, it is metal, so that's cool. But right here on the front hood, it is made in plastic, which means they're saving costs, obviously, and you might not even notice it from far away, but that is the quality difference, and that is the price difference that the Hot Wheels base model has. Now, this beautiful color, I don't even know the exact name of it, but it is really beautiful. Although this part is made in plastic, they did a pretty good job. Not the best job, but a pretty good job showing the differences, or I mean, trying to make it as similar as possible to the metal part, which is right here. Now, you can see a little bit of a difference, that this color is a little bit darker than this bit, which is a bit off, but if you look at it from a far distance, like I said, they won't notice. Nobody will notice. But if you look at it from close, you can kind of see the difference in color there. Now, I did a little research, and I just found out that this car is basically sold out everywhere. So I'm very lucky to have this diecast car, and I think it is a pleasure to own one of these. So if you can find one, I would say go for it. If you like 458 Italia in general, they're a good value if you get it for the right price. But let's talk about the front end of this car. I think taillights, or what am I saying? The headlights look beautiful. Now let's look at specific details inside the headlights. And as you guys can see, they actually have a separate light bulb piece, which is nice. It's a good detail for the base version. And on the top is this special design that Ferrari always had, this little headlight. I don't even know what to call this. Let's call it a staircase. It's like you have these lights coming from the top to the bottom. They have the air vents. Probably not functional, obviously, but they have that. Now the front end here, this part is completely plastic. This black front grille, Ferrari logo, separate piece. I'm not sure. Yep, that is actually metal, which is nice. But this grille part actually on the Elite models have carbon parts on it, but this one does not. And the logo is just a sticker, it seems. It's just stuck on there. Moving on to the side profile, just admire the design. It's almost reminds me of a Ferrari. It was that good of a design. And the logo, you can see the side logo is on here. It is not a sticker. It's probably a sticker, but it is nicely on there and it won't come off very easily. The side blinkers are there, separate piece. The wheels are looking pretty fine. It's the classic 458 wheels. They aren't metal or anything like that. They're just probably plastic. But inside, the brake calipers are poorly done. Let's just tell you that right now. I'm pretty sure the Elite models and the better models have red brake calipers or something better than this, because this is just poor, like black calipers. You can't even see them. It's just plastic. Kind of a disappointment there. So there's definitely a lot of ups and downs to this model, especially the base model, because I mean, going for around $60, $70 retail, it's not bad value, but still there are some missing parts. Plastic instead of metals, and some minor details that might catch you off guard. But if you look at the rear here, it's a beautiful car, obviously, but there are some disappointing parts, like the rear taillights. I would say the model or the shape of it is very nicely done. It's just like the real thing. But this right here, this part is always just throwing me off a little bit. This is a plastic part, and it's supposed to be like side blinker lights, something like that. But the detail itself is just a plastic part, and I'm not sure if I really like that. I think they could have definitely done it better, a little bit better with that one. But as you guys can see, this is also black plastic. I'm sure they could have used better material for that as well to look like the real thing, which I'm sure has the grille on there. And here is a little bit of a rear, another rear light there, and 3 exhaust tips. That signifies that this is a 458 Italia. And you can see the rear diffuser and stuff like that. It's nicely done. No carbon parts, just plastic, but it's still nicely done. And there's the red, more lights actually to the rear end of this car. So now let's look at the opening parts. What do we have? Obviously, the doors do open, which is nice. Hot Wheels are nice, and even the front, or frunk, I should say, the front trunk opens, and you actually have a ton of boot space or trunk space in this thing, which I didn't expect. It's all plastic, of course. There's no carpet in this base model, but it's a nice space. You can put a luggage in there. You can put a, probably not a golf bag, but probably some groceries and stuff like that. So very practical as well. And the rear engine also opens. If I can get this thing to open, obviously. This should do the trick. No, it does not. But I'm pretty sure it opens, someday. Yep, there it is. And as we look at the engine, we can kind of take a closer look here. What they've done nicely, let's start with the good stuff, is that they did paint this red to signify the Ferrari engine. And if this wasn't painted red, I would say don't get this model ever, because it's important that you have a red Ferrari engine. Now, I'm actually more of a Lambo guy, so it's surprising that I love this Ferrari so much, but this is definitely one of the best Ferraris in the modern era. And inside here, not much detail, not much going on, but you have some plastic parts that look like the engine, and the sides, little vents as well. It's actually pretty cool that it actually has separate parts on there for the vents, and a little window that is actually not a window. It's just straight through. You can go to the indoors or the interior of this car, but I think on the real thing there's probably a window piece there, which would be a cool detail, but nope, it's not on there. But let's look here. The doors, starting with the doors, plastic, just nothing special. Maybe it's just because it has black interior, you can't really see much detail, but there really isn't much going on. Now on the inside, I wish I had a little flash to show you guys better, but yeah, you can see it's just a black interior, not much going on. But they did do the seats a little bit better. The bucket seats look nice, and apparently this car doesn't have seat belts, so that's a bit of a problem actually. If you're driving a car that goes 200 miles without a seatbelt, probably not a good idea. I do not suggest that whatsoever, even if it's a diecast car. So they definitely need to put some seatbelts on there. And it would be better if it was in red to signify the Ferrari. But nothing too special in there, which is very disappointing. But I guess this is the base model. The elite models have better interiors, as they should. But the rear mirror actually is a little sticker portion, and nothing else really pops out. I mean, this piece actually is supposed to be silver metal, if I'm correct, on the real thing. And I'm pretty sure on the elite models they might have it, or I've seen a video that someone painted for it, so maybe not. But yeah, there's the overall interior. The interior on this base model, I would say it's a bit sad. It's maybe a 5 out of 10 or less. So we can close those doors. Obviously no windows here, but we got a little window piece there. And you can see the rear vents. I think this is one of the cooler designs of this car as well. Just look at this body line. It's spectacular. And this actually, this piece, I'm not sure what that is. Oh yeah, I can't see today. So it's a hole. So it goes through. The air goes through the back, I think. And yeah, it's transparent, I think. No, it's actually covered here. But anyway, guys, that's a little overview of the car. Now, what would I give a rating out of 10? It's hard because the prices vary. But if I got this for, let's say, $50, which is maybe right around retail, below retail, good deal. I would say I would get this for $50. A Ferrari 458 for enthusiasts, and just a nice Ferrari in general. And to add this to your collection, I think it would be a amazing collection. And if you get this in red, I would prefer this blue because I think it's special, and I really do like this color. One of my favorite colors of this model, because the red is just pretty generic. It's the Ferrari red, and it's metallic. It's like shiny. This is a little bit more matte. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but this color itself is a bit more matte and a bit more like not shiny. It's a bit dull, but in a good way. So there's that for you as well. So yeah, if you get it for like $50 to $60, this is a solid 8 out of 10 car. If they used metal on this car or piece right here, in this hood, which is an important part of the car, let's be honest. This is the front end of the car, it's not even the rear. I'm pretty sure this part is plastic as well. But for that, I would say if that was metal, 9 out of 10. But that really has a negative effect on the value. And yeah, if you get it for over $100, it's not even worth it at that point. You'll probably try to get the elite model with better details, better quality, and better material for that price. But it is a solid, decent, and beautiful car. So I love it. I love this car. I love this diecast car. I think Hot Wheels have done a great job. I mean, they don't make Ferrari models anymore. I don't think they even make 118 models. But they're obviously known for their small 164 toy cars and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of an overview here of this beautiful car. Thank you guys so much for watching. And shout out to Dylan Stallings for suggesting this review of the 458. And I said I got you, here it is. So thanks for watching my videos, guys, and I appreciate the continued support. Please keep leaving comments. What videos do you guys want? Anything in general, just comment down there. And please leave a like if you have enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more diecast car content and some real life car content also coming soon as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.